Hi everyone, I'm Karen from Tailored Holistic Nutrition, and today I'm going to talk about your quality of your supplements and why that is so important and something that should be on your radar. Um, First, let's talk about why we would need supplements. Number one would be where everything starts in the soil. It is poor quality due to our highly industrialized way of farming now, because we are depleting the soil, or we are depleting the nutrients from our soil, and a plant is only as good as the soil it's grown in, if you know anything about gardening. And that just sets us up for even less amounts of these key nutrients we need. And there's a study that proves a tomato has 50% less vitamin C than it did back after World War II. So there's a good example of what we're dealing with here. And just if that's not enough, then our nutrient level of the food is depleted by the time it even makes it to our table. Because now we are actually at an advantage. We can consume foods all through the year, different fruits and vegetables throughout the whole year. We don't have to wait for them to be in season and locally grown. We can get our food shipped across the ocean. And by the time it gets here, and then their preservative um, measures um, are fighting our bodies and not giving us what we need from the actual food. And then the next thing would be environmental toxins. So now with this industrialized farming practice, we're getting more pesticides, herbicides sprayed on our food. So it's really it's really giving us a disadvantage to get the most bang for our buck out of what we're eating. And let's just face it, a lot of us don't even consume the amount of vegetables and fruits we are supposed to per day. And mostly because we don't have the time to prep it or plan, and we live such a busy lifestyle that we just grab whatever is in front of us, and we don't think, oh, I should spend 5 minutes chopping up a carrot, and that would be the better option. So right there, we're not getting enough nutrients. On top of the fact that this carrot probably doesn't have as much beta carotene as it did years ago. And that leads me to this: the convenience food, the fast food, the processed foods, they're not coming close to what we need on a daily basis. And that's what we are, as a Western civilization, prone to grab for snacks instead of the apple or the carrot. And the next one would be medications. Medications like metformin, birth control, even um, painkillers. They make our bodies work harder than it's supposed to process these things, which then in turn depletes our nutrient value, because we need nutrients to fight these things off. And we're all different biochemically, and no one size does not fit all. Everybody needs vitamins and minerals, but in different amounts, based on genetics, lifestyle, diet, even uh, diseases or health conditions. And you just don't know if you're getting what you need from a supplement or the food alone. And then the next one would be what I am truly passionate about. It is why I quit my well-paying job to help people with is their gut health. When we don't have optimal digestion, we're not going to absorb what we're eating. We're also going to produce more toxins that the body has to deal with, which puts a stress on our bodies. And then we need to pull from our reserves of nutrients and minerals to compensate for how busy our bodies really are. And then the next one is chronic stress. We are in a fast paced society, especially compared to probably after World War II. And our bodies are depleted, especially in B vitamins, vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, potassium. Those are all needed and the building blocks to help us deal with stress. And they are depleted on a regular basis if we do have that chronic stress. And really, vitamins and minerals work as catalysts to stimulate chemical reactions in the body. So some of these processes are the production of enzymes. So proper digestion, complete digestion. Indigestion, it's a good indicator you don't have the enzymes and bacteria, good bacteria to break these things down, which turns them into the form that our body needs to absorb. And then we need these to make hormones, new cells, DNA to give us energy. And they protect our genes from damage. They turn on our good genes and our bad genes. Not really eye color, but how we can get rid of certain chemicals and vitamins. One example would be B vitamins. Some people's DNA, they just have a hard time breaking that down and need the methylated, broken down, highly absorbable forms. So without these micronutrients, these normal biological processes won't run smoothly. It's going to send your body the wrong signals, and that's what's going to lead you to health issues and diseases. So as you can see, the more we give our bodies of these nutrients, the healthier we are. And are all supplements created equal? No. So here's why. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and Health Canada are the government organizations that oversee the regulation of dietary supplements and natural health products in the United States and Canada. This is the key point. Dietary supplements are not as strictly regulated as pharmaceutical medications, and many supplement products lack transparency regarding purity, quality, and safety. And if the production and distribution of a product don't adhere to the strict manufacturing standards, which is often confirmed by a third-party certifier, the product may include expired ingredients, inaccurate labels, and risk of cross-contamination of other ingredients. And these manufacturers don't need that third party. Anything you buy really should be third party tested, especially in the form of oils, like essential oils and olive oil, all the ones that are unstable and break down fast. And there's another regulation, the good manufacturing processes. That's to ensure it's made in a safe, clean environment and the proper labels are on there. So there's many things that are in place, but lacking the laws that make these manufacturers adhere to them. So some forms of these vitamins and minerals could contain, because there is no regulations on this, poorly absorbable ingredients, like I mentioned before, B vitamins especially, hydrogenated oils. Those are the unstable oils because they've already been heated once, and they're actually producing more free radicals in your body, which throws up your stress, and then you need more minerals and vitamins to combat the stress of this vitamin and mineral you just took. So that's where the problem lies as well. And then they can put artificial sweeteners and flavors, binders, stabilizers, dyes, and then not to mention allergenic substances like wheat and soy, and just cheap synthetic and poorly absorbed forms of vitamins and minerals can be sold cheaper. So you also want to check the labels under other ingredients, because that's where these sketchy ingredients are going to be hid on the bottle. So it's no surprise these high quality supplements would cost more money, because there's more involved, more testing, more qualifications these manufacturers have to have. And they're mostly only available through qualified practitioners and professionals. And this is because we are able to know which forms are the best and look at where you are at as a whole. We'll know what medications you're on through the intake process. We'll know your health goals, your health struggles, and we can recommend the best one to suit your needs based on many different things. And in the end, you might even save money because there might be a supplement you think you heard is a fad that you should start taking. A good example that comes to mind are these apple cider vinegar gummies. They're full of sugar and probably counteracting what your intentions are. So eliminating ones that you don't need that could be actually harming you and undoing everything you're trying to do. This will get away from those ones and help you get the best quality and the best results with the professional grade ones. And I just want to end on a note that I feel very passionate about. You cannot over supplement a bad diet. And that's where you see a lot of people on a lot of different ones trying to hit all the points, and it's mostly just because their diet isn't supporting those nutrients. So picking organic versions, that's going to cut down on the pesticides. It's going to probably have better soil to begin with. Some of those things I touched on at the start of the video. And that is why I have partnered with Fullscript, because they have very high regulations, and especially in the area of shipping their product, because some supplements need a cool environment, some need a hotter environment, and they have just gone above and beyond what is expected in those guidelines that I talked about earlier. So if you are interested in maybe cutting down on your amount of supplements you take or adding some new ones that are actually going to be targeted and do what they're supposed to do, you can give me a call or email me, reach out to me. I will also include a sign up to the Fullscript platform through my dispensary, where I can give you recommendations. You can give me a list of supplements that you're currently taking, and I can give you the higher quality equivalent and get you swayed to the non-toxic side of the supplement world. And also, it is really good practice to not just jump and start 5 or 6 different ones at one time. The best route is to try one, see how it works, and then go from there. And a qualified health professional will be able to pick the first one that is going to give you the most benefit. So I hope this video has given you some understanding as to why you should be concerned about your supplement quality and why you would start taking supplements. And just like with everything, every action, there's a reaction, good or bad. And in this area, there's a lot of gray. And that's why I highly recommend reaching out to a qualified health practitioner before trying anything.